Happy New Year, everyone. This is Brian from DAiM. Let's talk about December and a little bit about what things are going to look like in 2022. For a full detailed explanation of everything I'm going to go over, you can read the monthly letter. Okay, here is the price chart for Bitcoin overlaid on the stock to flow model. Let's talk a bit about what happened in December and the continued sell-off. Really, as prices went down, it just gave opportunities for people to tax loss harvest. Everybody had a great year. They made money across the board in everything that they're invested in, even to their home values. So an opportunity to take down their tax basis presented itself and tax loss harvesting happened. Now, something to note about this is when we were approaching all-time highs prior to this sell-off, many institutions we surveyed were actually looking to sell early in the year. That way they could take the gains but not push the tax consequence in 2021. We actually think that now that's going to get delayed. They're going to wait until all-time highs, if not higher, sometime later next year to start taking some profits. So there is room here to run in the upside. Something else to note here about stock to flow and Plan B is that there's been some criticism of the model in that prices are going away from it and not following this upward line in the way that it trends. We do think that later on in the year that prices do resume the trajectory towards this line, and the Plan B stock to flow model continues to be the premier gauge for price predictions for Bitcoin. Okay, so coming back to this dip in the sell-off that we had, when you look at the 1 month price chart, it looks extreme, right? As you come down here and you go, but you got to remember Bitcoin over its 11-year history has done really, really well. So when you see things like this, don't panic, step back, look at the bigger picture. Now, if you widen this out to the 3-year Bitcoin price chart, things look much better, don't they? Okay, so always remember that. Always take a step back, don't panic sell, look at what you're doing. And if you need anything, just consult us and we'll talk about things and find a way to help you out. Okay, you don't have to do this alone. Next thing to talk about is allocation. So January is a very popular time to make IRA contributions. That's a great thing to do. Get your money to work early in the year, and a portion of that can go to crypto. Another thing to look at is your allocation based on account type, whether you're an institution, a corporate treasury management, individual, your age bracket, and see about allocation, because we hear so many people say, oh, I wish I had put more money to work back then. Look at the returns I would have had and look how big, my account would be and how much money would be in there. But it's not too late to do that. So look at the allocation we got in the letter and kind of, see about what you can do to allocate more. Again, that's something you can talk to us about, and we'll help you get properly invested based on suitability. Another thing to note that's out there is there's a short-term rate chart overlaid on Bitcoin. There's actually a link to it in our letter that's worth checking out. And it's something we're going to be watching into 2022 to see if Bitcoin follows the rise in rates and moves up in price. And we anticipate it will, and it will show that it's the best inflation hedge you can have. And it's something you want to be invested in. Okay, to a great 2022. Have a good day.